This is not a coincidence. Heaven timed this moment for you. You didn't stumble on these words. They were scheduled by divine order, because somewhere deep within you, a power has been waiting to awaken, a power that carries the calm of heaven and the authority of truth. That power is blue power, and the time to use it is now. For too long, you've walked through storms that were never meant to destroy you, but to reveal who you really are. You've been misunderstood, underestimated, even mocked for your quiet faith. But the unseen realm has been watching, measuring every tear, noting every silent victory, and heaven has decided the silence has served its purpose. Have you ever felt unseen even while being faithful? That was your training ground, the hidden season that shaped your soul into divine steel. You didn't realize it then, but every delay was an alignment. Every rejection was redirection. God was not ignoring you, He was igniting something ancient inside you. And now, the world is about to witness what happens when a chosen one stops hiding and starts radiating. And they asked for it, didn't they? Those who tried to provoke your old self, pull you back into battles beneath your calling. They thought your silence was weakness, your calm was surrender. But the truth is, you were gathering strength in stillness, You were mastering your emotions while they were losing theirs. While others acted out of ego, you learned the sacred art of patience, and heaven noticed. Every time you held your tongue, heaven wrote it down. Every time you forgave when you could have fought, angels took record. You've been building spiritual equity, and now the return is due. Do you sense something shifting in your spirit? That subtle pressure, that holy tension, it's the sound of the scales balancing. Because blue power doesn't destroy, it reveals. It uncovers motives, exposes lies, and restores order. You won't need to seek revenge. Truth will appear like a mirror before every falsehood. Let's go deeper. Blue power is not just energy, it's alignment. It's what happens when peace and authority walk hand in hand. It's the stillness that speaks louder than thunder, the calm that confuses chaos. This is the divine technology heaven gives to those who endured injustice without losing purity. It's not loud, it's luminous. It doesn't react, it recalibrates. But here's what few understand. Before you can use blue power, you must become it. That's why God allowed you to walk through situations that tested your patience and dignity. He was teaching you how to respond, not react. Because reaction is human, but response is divine. Have you ever wondered why God didn't let you fight back? Because He was protecting your position. If you had fought on their level, you'd have forfeited your throne. But now, your restraint has become your weapon. Your silence has become your sermon. And heaven is saying, it's time to use your blue power. You see, blue power is the color of divine justice, truth, clarity, revelation. It's the frequency of calm authority where faith replaces fear and discernment replaces doubt. When you operate in it, chaos cannot survive near you. Arguments dissolve, envy exposes itself, false friends fade without confrontation, because your very presence becomes a mirror of truth. But that mirror cuts both ways. It reveals beauty, but it also exposes deception. That's why some people suddenly withdrew. They weren't confused, they were convicted. Your energy began to speak louder than your explanations. And here's what heaven needs you to know right now. You are stepping into a season where your energy will do the talking. You won't have to prove, persuade, or perform. You'll simply be, and everything false will fall away. Think about it. How many times did you question yourself because others couldn't see your worth? How often did you lower your light just to make others comfortable? That season is over. The divine courtroom has convened, and heaven has ruled in your favor. This is the verdict of restoration, not revenge. Justice in divine language isn't punishment, it's realignment. Those who misused your kindness will now witness your peace. Those who tried to silence you will soon hear your amplified voice, and the environments that once rejected you will begin to call for your presence. But be careful. This next level requires maturity. Blue power is not given to retaliate. It's entrusted to reveal. You are not called to match energy anymore. You're called to master it. So when they send hate, respond with light. When they send confusion, respond with clarity. When they send noise, respond with silence. Because your restraint is now your roar, and heaven is backing your calm. Let me ask you something. Can you feel this confirmation stirring in your spirit right now? That warmth in your chest, that peace beyond words, that's heaven's agreement. The message isn't just for your ears, it's for your elevation. You've entered a spiritual courtroom, and the gavel has fallen. and the gavel has fallen. The verdict, a covered, not cursed. Every weapon that was formed has now become a witness. Every betrayal has turned into revelation. Every setback has been rewritten as strategy. The time of silence has ended. Heaven is saying, my child, use your blue power. Walk as peace itself. Because from this point on, your presence carries authority. When you enter a room, atmospheres will adjust. When you speak, frequencies will shift. When you pray, results will follow. Stay till the end, we'll pray a powerful word together. But first you must understand why this moment matters so much. Because what's unfolding around you right now is not coincidence, it's divine realignment. And in the next part, we'll go deeper into how heaven's justice moves and why your calm is about to trigger a chain reaction of blessings. Chosen one, something is shifting. Not around you, but for you. Heaven has started to move, and the same winds that once pushed against you are now about to carry you forward. Every battle you survived was a setup for this moment. The tears you thought went unseen, the prayers you whispered when no one was there to listen, they were all recorded in the heavenly archives. And now, the divine system of justice has been activated in your favor. You need to understand this. God never forgets alignment. He doesn't overlook integrity. He watches what you don't do as closely as what you do. And when you held your peace, when you chose forgiveness over fury, you triggered a divine reversal. The scales are turning. Those who laughed at your stillness will soon be silenced by your stability. Because heaven is about to vindicate you, not through words but through results, the evidence of your endurance is about to manifest in plain sight. It's happening quietly first. Opportunities are forming where you faced obstacles. Doors that were bolted shut are starting to tremble. People who once dismissed you will suddenly need what you carry, and the same voices that questioned your calling will begin to echo your wisdom. They won't understand how. They'll call it luck. They'll call it coincidence. But you'll know it's divine justice. Heaven's algorithm is finally syncing your suffering with your success. But let me reveal a mystery to you, chosen one. Justice in heaven doesn't look like revenge, it looks like reversal. Reversal of perception, reversal of position, reversal of pressure. The ones who tried to bury you planted you. The ones who tried to silence you trained your spirit to listen to heaven's frequency. And now, every injustice is being rewritten as instruction. You're not the same person you were when the attacks came. Your discernment has been sharpened. Your spirit has matured. You no longer react. You read energy. You no longer chase validation. You embody peace. And because of that, heaven can now trust you with visibility. You've proven that your motives are pure, that your faith won't fold under attention. You are about to step into a season of recognition, not for your ego, but for your assignment. Let this be known. The energy that once oppressed you is now obligated to serve you, because everything in creation obeys divine order. What was used to block you will now boost you. What was meant to break you will now build your platform. Do you remember those seasons where nothing made sense? Where every effort seemed invisible? That was heaven protecting you from premature exposure. If you had risen back then, envy would have devoured you. But now, you are untouchable, because your growth was forged in secrecy. This is why the storms were necessary. They purified your motives, refined your focus, and reintroduced you to your true identity. You are not defined by wounds, you are defined by wisdom. Chosen one, the vibration of heaven is now in motion, and it carries your name. Angels have received divine instruction. Restore what was delayed. That's not a poetic promise, it's a decree. Restoration will appear in 3 dimensions: resources, recognition, and revelation. Resources, financial stability, and open doors are aligning to your faith frequency. What you lost will be multiplied because it was surrendered in purity. Recognition, hidden efforts will now attract divine spotlight. People will be drawn not to your personality, but to your presence. Revelation. Truth will start revealing itself effortlessly. Secrets will come out without confrontation. People's real intentions will show without you needing to investigate. That is how blue power works. Calm authority that reveals through light, not fight. But listen carefully. This next phase requires discernment. When justice starts moving, false alliances get exposed. Not everyone celebrating you is sent by heaven. Some are watchers, not well-wishers. Some only appear when the table is set. But don't fear their presence. Exposure is part of elevation. When you rise in truth, everything false loses oxygen. Their masks will fall naturally. Don't erupt it, interrupt it. Don't defend yourself. Don't even announce your next step, because silence has become your sword. Stay aligned, stay watchful, stay calm, because your silence is backed by heaven's thunder. Let me tell you what's really happening right now. The same spiritual forces that once whispered lies about you are now whispering your name in rooms you've never entered. Heaven is orchestrating your promotion through divine chain reactions. People are being positioned to help you and they don't even know why. Favors are forming behind the curtain, and soon it will look like everything happened suddenly, but you'll know it wasn't sudden. It was sacred timing, because justice doesn't rush, it builds momentum. And you're standing in that momentum right now. Chosen one, this is the hour of divine visibility. But remember, you're not rising for revenge, you're rising for revelation. God is using your story to prove that purity still prospers, that light can lead without losing love. That calm authority can break curses louder than anger ever could. That's why they asked for it. They provoked what they didn't understand. And now, heaven has answered, through you. You are the vessel of vindication, not by fire, but by favor. Breathe. Feel that. Feel that. That stillness isn't emptiness, it's confirmation. Heaven is saying, it has begun. The gates that were locked are opening. The people who doubted are watching, and the justice that was delayed is now divinely delivered. The blue power is rising in you, and the world is about to feel its calm thunder. Chosen one, now that justice has begun to move, heaven is calling you into a higher dimension, a realm where you no longer just receive revelation, you become revelation. Because the greatest prophets aren't always loud, they're just heard differently. But let me ask you this, chosen one, can you feel this energy building inside you? That deep knowing that something greater is trying to break through your words? That's heaven preparing your voice for visibility. Soon, your testimony will travel further than you ever could. Your name will be mentioned in rooms you didn't enter. Your presence will linger in the hearts of people who only met your words. And that is divine communication. You are now a carrier of heaven's frequency, a walking wave of restoration. But remember, authority without humility leads to spiritual imbalance. That's why your next breakthrough depends on your posture. Stay grounded, stay gentle, stay grateful, stay great. Because God resists pride but multiplies grace to the surrendered. Your calm is your credibility. Your silence is your signature. Your humility is your crown. Every miracle will now follow that pattern, not loud, but lasting. So the next time you feel unseen, remember, you are not being ignored. You are being incubated. And when heaven finally speaks through you, it will sound like clarity, not chaos. The world will hear you differently because you became different. And they'll ask, who are you? And you'll smile, knowing you're not just a survivor. You're heaven's spokesperson wrapped in human skin. Oars you forgot about begin to knock back. People you thought lost suddenly remember your name. Opportunities start orbiting your peace. It isn't coincidence, it's confirmation. Remember, heaven's timing is never late, only layered. Each layer built endurance, character, compassion. Without the wilderness, the throne would have crushed you. Now you carry both gentleness and gravity. You can hold the crown without losing the cross. Can you sense it? That subtle shift in the atmosphere around you. It's not arrogance, it's acceleration. Heaven is turning the invisible favor you carried into visible evidence. The first sign of this season is reversal. What once resisted you now releases you. Closed mouths begin to speak blessing. Old accusations dissolve in the wind of new truth. Because God will not let lies live longer than your obedience. You didn't fight back, you forgave. You didn't gossip, you grew. And that posture summoned the reward that striving never could. Blue power, that calm authority, is now working publicly. Your composure under pressure became your crown before people. Heaven is proving that quiet strength is louder than chaos. Here's a revelation. Every hidden act of integrity becomes currency in the realm of glory. Heaven is cashing in your quiet yeses. The balance is heavy, it's payout time. Expect divine coincidences, the right person at the right moment. Expect conversations that turn into contracts. Expect spiritual promotions disguised as ordinary days. Because when God lifts you, it rarely looks supernatural until it's undeniable. And when that recognition comes, remember it's not spotlight, it's stewardship. You're being trusted with influence to illuminate others, not overshadow them. Let me ask you, have you noticed how peace now feels expensive? How you no longer trade your calm for attention? That's because your spirit has learned heaven's currency: stillness. The world will pay attention to what you refuse to chase. Your detachment is creating demand. Your boundaries are birthing blessing, and the same people who dismissed you will now need what you carry. Do not gloat, glorify. Every vindication is a chance to reveal the character of Christ. Smile, bless, move on. Your success is already saying what words never could. Chosen one, in this phase, favor finds you publicly but tests you privately. Fame in the spirit realm always attracts inspection. The same heaven that exalts you will also watch your humility. Stay low while you rise. That's the paradox of divine promotion. When people praise you, redirect it upward. When they question you, respond with peace. Both are opportunities to prove that glory never changed you, because the real evidence of transformation isn't applause, it's consistency. Your glow should not depend on attention. Your peace must outlive the platform. Let me share a parable. There was a lamp hidden beneath a table for years. Its flame burned faithfully, though no one noticed. One day, the master lifted the lamp and set it on a hill suddenly everyone could see. The lamp didn't become brighter, it was simply revealed. That is you. God is lifting you, not because you changed, but because you remained. Your private faithfulness qualified you for public favor, and when the light shines, don't apologize for it. You're not stealing attention, you're reflecting heaven. But listen closely, this glory carries weight. People will misread your confidence as pride, your boundaries as distance. Don't correct them. Just keep walking. The fruit will defend you better than explanations ever could. Heaven's promotion often comes with earthly misunderstanding. Let grace be your translator. Let love be your language. Because God doesn't elevate you to prove people wrong. He elevates you to prove that forgiveness works. Mid-script CTA. Dove, stay with me till the end. We'll speak a prophetic declaration together that seals your next level. And if this word already resonates in your spirit, type "I receive it" in the comments. You're claiming what heaven already released. Now, signs of visible glory will multiply. Unexpected finances will flow through channels you didn't plan. People of influence will suddenly favor you without knowing why. Delays will turn into divine timing reports. We were waiting for you. These aren't random blessings, they're assignments fulfilled. Heaven is aligning resources to match your readiness. You've matured into the version of yourself that can handle overflow without losing obedience. But stay watchful, the enemy loves to re-enter, dressed as opportunity. Have opportunity. Pray for discernment before you say yes, because not every open door is divine. Some are distractions with good lighting. Your peace will be the confirmation. If it costs your calm, it's not your calling. Chosen one, this is also the season where restoration becomes public testimony. Those who counted you out will count on you. The same stage that once rejected you will now require your presence. Not for revenge, for redemption. Because God's idea of justice is not payback, it's purpose fulfilled. He redeems time by rewriting stories, not erasing them. Every scar on you becomes a verse in someone else's healing. Have you realized that? Your pain was a parable in progress. Now it's about to preach through your success. The world is watching, yes, but heaven is still the director. Every applause fades, but divine approval echoes. So as doors open, keep your knees bent. As you rise, stay rooted. Let gratitude be louder than any recognition. You are the evidence that endurance pays off. You are the living sermon that faith still works. You are the walking testimony that silence was never weakness, it was strategy. And now, with calm confidence, whisper this declaration aloud. I am stepping into visible glory. Heaven's timing is perfect in my life. My blue power shines as peace, not pride. I will walk humbly, speak wisely, and live fully. Every delay has turned into divine display. It is so. Chosen one, this is the moment heaven has been guiding you toward. Every tear, every test, every lonely night has been weaving this scene. You are standing at the doorway of a new dispensation of peace and purpose. This is where prophecy meets reality. This is where the unseen finally takes form. Breathe slow and steady. That exhale is not ordinary air, it's the sound of release. Heaven is clearing the residue of the old cycle from your chest. For so long you survived on promises you couldn't prove. You kept faith when faith felt foolish. But every silent yes you whispered has reached the throne. And now the decree has been signed. It is time. Time for restoration. Time for recognition. Time for reward. Heaven is announcing your emergence, not as someone desperate for validation, but as someone who has learned that glory and humility can coexist. Let me ask you, can you feel the quiet electricity in your spirit right now? That subtle trembling that feels like both relief and readiness, that's confirmation. The atmosphere around you is responding to what heaven just released within you. Your blue power is fully awakened now, the sacred balance of serenity and strength. It's the glow that frightens darkness but comforts the weary. It's the aura of someone who has mastered surrender. Now hear this clearly. You are entering a season where prayers will become patterns. You'll speak small things and watch them ripple through reality. You'll think peace and chaos will lose its coordinates, because you are not merely praying anymore. You are partnering with heaven's design. The Spirit of God says, "You have been faithful with fragments. I will now trust you with fullness." Expect expansion, not only in material form, but in understanding, creativity, discernment. Your insight will sharpen. Your perception will pierce illusion. You will read between the lines of life and interpret what others miss. Chosen one, this is not hype, it's holy alignment. Heaven is synchronizing your timeline with divine accuracy. You will notice sequences, numbers repeating, messages recurring, people crossing paths at the perfect moment. Don't brush them off. They are breadcrumbs of purpose. Follow peace. It will never lie to you. And when confusion tries to whisper, pause, breathe, listen again. The still small voice will always sound like love, never like fear. Before we seal this word, I want you to picture yourself standing in a field at dawn. Mist curls around your feet, sunlight touches your face. Behind you, the wilderness that once taught you survival. Before you, a horizon glowing blue with promise. Now hear heaven say, you made it through the refining fire. What burned you has become the oil that anoints you. What broke you has become the gate that blesses you. You are not returning to the old. You are rising into the ordained. Dove mid-script activation repeats softly, as though you're inscribing truth into the air itself. I am light wrapped in calm. I am peace armed with purpose. I carry heaven's authority with humility. Every cell in my being vibrates with divine order. Stay there for a breath. That vibration you feel is not emotion, it's alignment. You're syncing with the frequency of fulfillment. Now comes the prayer of sealing. Read or play this section exactly as a closing scene. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the one listening now, for every hidden seed they planted in tears, for every lonely prayer that echoed unanswered. Today, let the answers manifest. Let their energy radiate with wisdom and protection. Cover them with clarity so strong that confusion cannot enter. Let the blue power, the calm of heaven, rest upon their mind, their work, their relationships, their destiny. Multiply grace where there was struggle, joy where there was judgment, and light where there was loss. In the name of the living word, we declare that it is done, it is sealed, it is so. Amen. Now open your eyes. Notice how the room feels different, still, yet charged. That's not imagination, that's evidence. Heaven has marked you. From this day forward, walk slower, but with certainty. Speak fewer words, but make each one an arrow of peace. Smile more often. It confuses darkness. Love deliberately, it expands your aura. And when life tests you again, and it will, remember this moment. Remember how power felt like peace. Remember that silence can be a sword. You are the embodiment of answered prayer. You are the proof that surrender is strategy. You are the reason someone else will believe again. Before this message ends, declare in the comments, Sparkles, I am awake. I receive my blue power. Every time someone writes it, heaven echoes another amen over their life. If this word stirred your heart, stay connected. There are more revelations waiting to be unlocked, each one building on the last, guiding you deeper into awakening. Like, share and subscribe not out of habit, but as a prophetic act of agreement, saying, yes, I choose to walk in the frequency of faith. Final blessing, may your nights carry rest without fear. May your mornings open with clarity and purpose. May your hands attract only what aligns with your peace, and may your life radiate the calm authority of heaven itself. Go in strength, go in serenity, go in blue power.